How to make your wife fall back in love with you. Hey guys, my name is Dan and I'm your life and relationship coach. And I am answering a question that I get all the time in my one on one coaching sessions. I get this question from clients via DMs, YouTube comments, like I said, in my one on one coaching sessions. And it's something that actually is pretty common, right? And if you are in this situation, I know it may feel like you are on an isolated island, that you are dealing with this by yourself, that you are a lone wolf in the wild trying to figure out the mystery of re-attracting your wife. And the reality of the situation is you're not alone. This is actually something that happens quite frequently. And there are multiple different reasons for it. So I wanted to create this video to give you some tips, some tools, some recommendations that you can utilize in order to feel like you are finally making progress. First and foremost, if you are watching this video, I commend you. You are putting in the effort. You are investing time into trying to figure out how to make your relationship better, how to become a better husband, how to make your wife feel beautiful again and re-attract her and make her fall back in love with you. I want to be honest with you. This is not going to be an easy road, right? This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Now, there may be some tips that I offer you that you can start to utilize right away, and you'll start to see some changes and some progress. But this is a long-term goal, right? This is something that you are going to have to be consistent with in order to maintain that love. Because when you first got with your wife, when you guys were initially dating, you know it was a buildup. It took time to build the connection that you built, to build the life that you build, to love each other deeply enough that you are willing to commit to each other for the rest of your lives. It takes time. And it's going to take time to rebuild what has been lost, but it is not impossible. I just want you to have a realistic understanding of what the situation is and how to move forward. So, the first thing that I tell clients all the time is invest the time. I know that seems so generic and the obvious answer, but you would be surprised how many people don't think about that. Invest the time. There is no way you're going to be able to re-attract your wife if you are not investing the time. You may have a super busy work schedule. You may have a ton of extracurricular things that you have to do. You know, there's the kids, there's the errands, there's whatever the case may be. The reality is, though, we can always find an excuse. And if you have the time to invest in other things that may not necessarily be a priority, you can shift those priorities to make your relationship number one. You can shift your priorities to make your wife number one. And I challenge you to do this. If you have an iPhone, if you have an Android, whatever phone it is you have, go into your settings and look up total usage of your phone, total time spent on your phone. I guarantee you that there will be a few hours in the day that you utilize scrolling through social media, doing things that are not necessarily important, and you can reuse that time to invest in the relationship, to invest in your wife. If you have to, set a notification for yourself that shows a report at the end of the week of your progress, of how much time you are spending on your phone. And if you start to see a major decrease in phone usage, then you know you're utilizing your time wisely. The second part of this is upgrade your look, right? I think what happens so often is that, we become complacent. We become comfortable in the relationship. And that's not a bad thing. It means that we trust this individual. It means that we're capable of being vulnerable around this individual to the point where we don't necessarily care what we look like when we wake up in the morning, right? Or when we get home from work or when we go to bed. But the truth is, you have to continue to date your spouse. You have to continue to keep that element of excitement, of attraction, of sexiness, right? Invest some time in yourself. If you haven't groomed in a while, groom. If you haven't bought yourself some new clothes, go and buy yourself some new clothes. If you haven't felt good about yourself in a long time, invest the time in yourself and upgrade yourself, whether that be health, whether that be fitness, whether that be grooming, whatever the case may be. When you were first dating your wife, I am sure you were putting in an effort into what you looked like. I am sure you were putting in an effort into how you appeared, right? Aesthetically speaking. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go over the top. That doesn't mean that you have to do all these crazy, grandiose gestures in order to try to reattract your wife. But what I am saying to you is invest in yourself. Because if you don't have the time to invest in yourself, how the hell do you think you're going to have the time to invest in her? It's important. The third piece to this is be romantic, right? Make an effort to do things to make her feel special. It doesn't have to be these massive gestures. It doesn't have to be grandiose gestures, right? Because the last thing that I would want you to do is to set yourself up for failure, right? The first few things that you do for her are crazy incredible. And then any smaller thing that you do is not going to be as impressive. It's not going to be as exciting because now there's this caliber that you set for yourself. There's this standard that you set for yourself, and that's what they're going to be expecting. So small things. It's the small details. It's the little notes, right, in her bag before she goes to work. It's her favorite flowers being delivered to her office. It's her favorite chocolates waiting on the counter when she gets home from work. It's the candlelit dinner that you set up for the two of you when she gets off of work. It's the errands that you've done that she usually does on a weekly basis to try to help her so that she can unwind a little bit. It's these little small things that make all the difference in the world and show her that you are investing in her, that show her that you care and that you understand and that you see her. Because honestly, the thing that I find so often in relationships, in long-term relationships, is we stop seeing each other. We're ships passing in the night. And once you get to that place, that's really when routine and complacency sets in. Or maybe it's already set in, and that's why you're just ships crossing in the night. So change the dynamic, invest the time, make her feel wanted, be romantic. All these things will start to help you to change the dynamic, to re-attract your wife, to make her fall back in love with you. Because at the end of the day, you both still love each other. You know, if you are watching this video, my assumption is there is still some love there. It may have dwindled a little bit, but the light is still there. And all it needs is a little bit more oxygen to make that flame come back. So breathe some life into your relationship, and I guarantee you, you will see a difference. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love to have open dialogue with people, so make sure you leave your comments down below as well. I read as many as I possibly can. I try to respond to as many as I can as well. Maybe you just want a little bit more information, right? You want some more detail. You can visit us at www.happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this subject and many other subjects as well. If you want a one-on-one coaching session because you feel like your situation is very particular and you still need a little extra help, I am more than happy to help you through that situation. You can book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team on the website. There's a little tab there that says coaching. If you click on that tab, it'll take you directly to the coaching page. You'll see all of our profiles and you can select which session you think would be the most appropriate for you. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.